directly. Do you remember who you did speak to at corporate?
Oh, it's on the emails. I do, but again, I don't know if I can. I mean,
Okay.
that's out there already. I could probably say it, but if it's
I don't know if it's out there. I don't know if it's out there or not. I was curious.
Life doesn't always wait to be ready. That's where money comes in.
With loans up to $25,000, they'll help you get the cash you need fast.
When she was telling Brandon and Kai about your collection, and Kai's the one that on the phone had said, well, you know, that consignment. That Brandon takes on all that consignment.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, bottom line though, you didn't get, you know, you got a $120,000 plus collection that's sitting in the store, and you can't get the attention of the CEO or the COO of this, you know, supposedly family-friendly toy store corporation.
Yeah.
What, from your recollection, what was their reaction to this, to your story? I mean, did they offer to help? Did they?
The reaction the pattern I saw was right away. Of course, really, we never think of doing anything different. We always want to get people back with their collections. You know, it was very much willing to help, but at some point it flipped, and it was just like, oh, what? Okay.
There was a claim, and we'll get to it, but I want to give you a chance to kind of, well, let's play this clip first. I want to touch on something that Mr. Ammon said. We're going to play a bit from Reckless Ben's. I think this is part.
And my gun jammed. Really? Are you serious?
Let me put this on.
My gun's literally jammed already. This is nuts.
It's super fast for this stuff. Okay.
No, let's try and escape. Guess we're gonna have to go back, land, and fix
This
it.
software, I have to keep adding things. There we go.
This is crazy.
All right. So to orient folks, this is an excerpt from Reckless Ben's Part 3, talking about you, Brian. So let's see, hopefully you can hear this. If you can't, let me know. But I want to get your reaction to what Ammon says about you.
It happened.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr. Mansell.
Because Brian said
he was unwilling to work with us.
well, Brian said,
So they said that you were just unwilling to work with them. I mean, what's your response? Like, what's your reaction to that?
Do I need to? I mean, do I need to respond to that?
You don't need to at all.
The
No,
emails are there, right? I tried. I reached out. We emailed back and forth. I don't really know what to say to that.
Let me see. We've got another clip. Let me pull this one up. He says it a few times in this video. It's just crazy.
Brian's property, and we're the ones that are preventing him from giving it back to Brian. So, I say we rewatch the footage and see what actually happened.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr.
Sorry, that's the wrong timestamp. Let me jump to the next one.
Okay, I like the animation.
The animation.
Ben had really good animation for this.
Yep, gun's not working.
Brian still hasn't received this inventory list yet.
I've never received an inventory list. I've never received a record of sales because he can't provide it.
So
Let's see if this resets the gun before I land. Come on, I got 10 seconds here.
There was this promise by the other side to show an inventory list, but then when you were talking to Ben, you had said, I don't think they can provide it.
Yeah, I
What
fixed
were you
it.
thinking? Why were you thinking that it was impossible for them to do that?
So you just have to go back and reload. You don't actually have to land, which is pretty cool, I guess.
Okay.
Can't give an inventory list of which you no longer have in the store.
Now, and I don't want to put you in a bad spot, but some of these were just, having watched all these videos, some of these I've got burning questions about, you know, and I also want to give you a chance, because you haven't had, you've had to endure, well, for you, almost 2 years, but for the viewing public, it's been since like May.
Yeah.
We've been, you know, you've been having to deal with, these guys have been going on the news, they've been getting their own interviews, and so a lot of this, I want to give you an opportunity. If there's something you want to say back to these guys, I want to make sure you get an opportunity to. So I got one more, and we'll see if you can come up with this one. I do not want to put you on the spot though.
Okay.
So you've offered Brian the inventory of sets that was in the store.
Yeah, whatever was left over, we've offered that on multiple occasions. So we've tried to make multiple offers, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to the table so we can discuss it.
So, were there multiple offers? And were they offering you sets back during this kind of? Now I think this is before the litigation.
I don't know that there were multiple offers, but there were multiple instances of the same offer.
What were they offering? Was it your actual set? Was it
what was left in the store? But it was a bit of what should have been left in the store, which is why I'm like, no, there was, we felt we had enough evidence of what was in the store and what they were offering wasn't matching, that I was like, that there should be more than that. So I just, yeah, when I say no to those offers, plus like you said, and we saw in the video, sometimes those offers came with stipulations and like, not, why would I do anything to get my own sets back?
right? Yeah, they did put stipulations on it. Things that you were not allowed to do, or I think you saw in Ben's first video that they were going to force you to take down negative reviews about the store, things like that. Was it, I guess one of the questions I had is I always thought they were very vague about their language of what they were offering. They said, oh, whatever's in the store. And you know, the lawyer brain in me always wondered, are they offering you your sets back? Or are they just offering whatever physically is in the store, whether it's your sets or not? Like, what was your interpretation of the offers that they were making?
The latter. It felt like that was the offer being made, and whatever's left over in that store, whether it's mine or not. And it's like, well, I know that store has been open for the past year selling, so probably not much in there.
Yeah. So you kind of had to endure this. At some point, the police hadn't helped you. The store owners were telling you you'd be trespassed. Corporate was telling you they weren't going to help you. So you eventually turned to social media and YouTube. Tell us a little bit about how that happened. I know there was some folks before Ben got involved, but tell folks kind of that story.
Well, because of my dad's age, he's not very technology savvy. You know, he doesn't do social media or anything like that, but he does read the local paper. He watches the local news. So I couldn't really go to any of my contact there to try and apply some pressure, which, you know, that was really all I wanted to cover. Was just, how do I get these guys to just come to the table, man? Like, there's no reason we should have to go the legal route. And it doesn't even appear like there's a legal route that is going to cost me more than the collection was. So, how do I go about getting this collection back? And I just figured maybe putting up that kind of got some traction, blew up a little bit, and Collecting Weekly reached out to me, actually. They were new guys. Well, I shouldn't say they were new guys. They had a channel going on, but they had a new segment where they were trying to help collectors out, find, you know, bad situations out there, or scam situations, or don't buy this figure or whatever. And they saw my story and wondered if they could do something about it. I said, sure, I'd love to do it. So I did an interview with him and gave them all the facts and evidence I had so they could verify it, because they were really good about it too. They're not just going to believe somebody off the top. They're like, can you verify your story anyway? I was like, sure, here's all the proof, here's what I got. And they started to do their story on it, and it started to go up a little bit. And very quickly, they were like, I'm really sorry, man, but we're not going to be able to continue on with the story. Like, oh, okay, I understand it. I totally get it.
Did they tell you why?
I want to say they were getting, like, emails and stuff, like illegal emails about their content or something, and they just didn't want to deal with that. I mean, they're a younger channel. They were just, you know, a group of guys trying to show off collectors stuff or whatever. He even said it in the interview. He was just like, yeah, we just weren't at any level where we could really get that out there, and didn't have the information to get it out there the way we needed to. So at that point, I was just like, okay, wow. What do we do? Every legal avenue has been closed. Police, DA's office, attorneys, small claims won't cover it. That's a major problem in the legal system too. The small claims versus big boy court. There's a massive gap between those two. It was just a black hole that sucked cases in. Like, there's nothing you can do if you lost $100,000, because most likely it's going to cost you $100,000.
Yeah. I'm curious. I know from watching some of the other videos that you might have tried to speak to some lawyers. Did any of them offer to take your case on contingency, where basically they work and they get paid only if you win?
No. Everybody told me right away I would be looking at minimum probably $50K just to put an injunction on the store to have them stop doing business and force them to do an inventory. And you got to pay for every day they're out of business and all this thing. This is all money that's going to come out of my pocket.
There is that for the injunction, but I mean, at least with respect to the legal fees,
that
you've
would
got
have been another
$120,000.
I mean, you're talking retainer for the immediate filing, the injunction on the store, and as you can see, how much evidence.
And I missed. How? Explain how I missed. Did not get one single. I did not tag him at all. Like, that's just nuts.
I was easily looking at minimum to even start this case, 75 to 80K.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense. I mean,
and my bullets. I got no fucking bullets again. Like, this is nuts. I gotta go back now and fly over my field again, because you can see I'm pulling the trigger. Look, guys, and you see there's no bullets here coming out of my plane. So this is nuts.
As open to that, but that didn't always strike me as odd, because I felt like there should have been a path.
There's no way in hell I did not hit him at all there.
That's the problem. We could not find one, and I reached out to. I even had a Reddit thread where I was like, guys, does anybody have any suggestions? And please don't just tell me go to a lawyer or talk to the cops. I have done those two things. I'm looking for anything outside the box, anything. And obviously, you have to be like, why not just go back in the store and steal your stuff back? It's like, well, because I kind of like my job and I'm not trying to do stuff like that. It was just like, that was one of the recommendations. Hey, you got any media connections, any social? Time to use those, man. Try to put some pressure on them and see if that gets them to the table, because nothing else is working.
So, at some point, Reckless Ben enters the scene. How did you how did you hear about Reckless Ben?
Former friend of mine from LA. We've known each other for about 15, 20 years almost. And we taught together in school down there at a recording school and everything. And I got him a job up here working with me. So he moved up here and was just like, man, I knew you before all this, and he was like, you are not the same guy. Like, this is really messing with you. He felt really bad. I mean, he worked with me side by side. I feel bad, evidently, that he was saying that, or that I was putting off that vibe. But yeah, he just said he could see it was really hurting and messing with me and the family and everything. So he actually knew of Reckless Ben. He was in LA when Ben was doing his Scientology thing and had seen him projecting up on their building Scientology sucked. And he's like, what is going on here? And he met some of the crew or whatever, and they told him who he was, and he started following him. And I guess he saw that episode where Ben said, hey, if you have a story or something you need help with, write us at this email. And he took it upon himself to write an email on my behalf because he wanted to see it. And he read me this email later, and I will tell you, it was very, very, very kind of him. I can't thank him enough. It just, yeah, it meant a lot to me.
And again, I'm not going to get one single kill here.
Picked up on it, and next thing I know, like 3 weeks later, my friend is saying, I hope you don't mind. I wrote this YouTuber about your situation, and that's when he told me what he wrote, showed me what he wrote.
I tagged him at least.
This guy, he's like, let me show you his channel. I was like, okay. He's like, do you want to meet him? And I said, I mean, I already tried one YouTube channel out. I don't know how good this guy or how much luck this guy's going to have, but yeah, he's more than welcome. I'll interview with him. That's fine. I had no idea.
I mean, his name is.
It's like I'm not hitting him at all.
Right? I mean, what
There we go.
did you think that a guy who was like
Took me long enough, man.
was gonna offer this thing?
At least I got one kill in there.
You know, there's YouTube personalities out there, just like there's Hollywood personalities that have been around that have crazy names and all that stuff. So I guess the name didn't really. When I watched his videos and I saw like, oh, he's a slackline between two high towers in LA. That's pretty reckless. You know, so I don't like it fit. He does, you know, extreme type sports and things like that. And I don't know. I just figured, hey, if he wants to shine a light on this or do some investigative journalism, let him do his thing.
Now, I wanna jump to another clip here.
That was garbage.
Josh Johnson's interpretation of what was going on. So I got the screen from thebandmap.com.
I know I've unlocked that a million times.
Bandmap, if you guys look through thebandmap.com, these guys are great. They've collected a lot of just wonderful stuff.